generally, whenever we're not getting what we want from our partner, as a man, I'm just like, yo, I'm not making enough money. I'm not spending enough time with my kids. I'm not meeting whatever needs she has. And if I'm not enough, she's not going to love me. So now I got to overcompensate so that she can love me. And so what most people don't want generally that are not married or that get married and leave married, they don't want that feeling of insecurity. So it's just like, yo, I'd rather not be in a relationship. So why am I bringing this all up, right? So I use a relationship as an example, but this happens with our goals as well. You guys probably know my story for a long time. Like my dream was to make 6 figures. Jim Rohn told me to set a goal to be a millionaire, not for the goal, for what I had become to achieve it. And then I didn't set the goal for the million, but I said 6 figures is the first milestone. And E was always talking about 6 figures. Can you make 6 figures? And then after making 6 figures, can you save 6 figures? So that was what E was on, right? And I'm watching this journey. I'm just like, yo, I got to get the 6 figures. And it's just like I was on that journey of personal development and seeking clarity for like 8 years, didn't make a dime. And what I realized in retrospect is I actually never really set a money goal. One, primarily because I didn't believe that I could really do it. And so I did all of the work, like as it relates to studying books, going to conferences, like working on personal development, but actually thinking of a product or service that I can offer, whether in the terms of a job or in the marketplace, I was stuck. I'm just like, yo, the only way I can make more money initially was just like, yo, I got to drive the taxi. And then from there, like, yo, I need to get a degree and I got to accept whatever they pay me. And then when that wasn't working, I'm like, yo, let me try network marketing. And when that wasn't working, I finally landed on coaching and I just stuck on coaching for the long run and then finally made it happen. That was the training projection. Finally, once I went all in with the coaching boy, finally hit the 6 figures as a result of last year, $15,000 a month, $25,000 months, and I was there. And if you guys know the story, the power of momentum, you read mine, is just like by November of last year, I had made a lot of money. I was very comfortable and I made a decision to set a bigger goal. By setting that bigger goal in the beginning, it was super exciting, but there were some decisions that had to be made to hit that goal. And I had no problem making those decisions. And when we make those decisions in the moment, like how much faith do we have? Do we have a little bit of faith, good faith, or absolute faith that it's going to happen and work out for us?
Faith.
Exactly. And then when everything doesn't go right, then you start questioning yourself and you want to quit, right? And give up. The story to illustrate this really well, I remember Tony Robbins, I kind of shared you guys a story, like people pay him $1 million to $4 million for coaching. And he was talking about like one of his first clients that he had, I think his name was Paul Tudor Jones. And he was just like, yo, dude made $500 million in one day. However, from that experience, he lost money the next 9 months. To make that $1 billion, he had a strong sense of purpose, a strong sense of mission, and he had to make the money, right? And once he made the money, guess what he thought about himself? I'm a beast. I'm on top of the world. Yep. And now the pressure is on where it's just like, now I got to consistently do it. So before he made the $500 million in one day, he could have made $100K in a day and been school. But once his paradigm got to 500, it's just like, yo, anything underneath this means I'm a failure. Remember the 2 deepest fears of human beings is 1, I'm not good enough. And if I'm not good enough, be up. So now his good enough is $500 million, which is 500 million. Can't meet that standard. It's death. And so that's what we all have as well. So we all have this mental stability place. I got to hit this. And if I don't hit this, I'm a complete failure. And what happens is when we set a big goal, like we're stretching our mental stability, where it's just like, for me personally, it's just like, yo, I'm going from, say, consistently around 15. Every now and then I get a month, $26,000 a month. But it's just like what I really want is like $100K per month consistently. And so guess what Ben has been thinking about himself over the past month?
That you're not enough because you're only making $15,000 a month.
Exactly. And so that's literally what's happening with you guys. And that's why I highly recommend us putting numbers to these things. It's those things that create the meaning.